Well, good afternoon. We're here in the Long Beach Unified Studio to talk to two of our students about some work they've been doing during COVID-19. And so the first thing I'm going to have you do is, starting with Nellie, introduce yourself and tell us what school you go to and your grade, and tell us something that you are that's positive about your school or something that you like to do at your school.
Well, my name is Nelly De La Cruz. I go to Herrera Elementary School. I'm in fifth grade, and the thing I really miss is hanging out with my friends. We used to go play basketball, kickball, and all that.
Yeah. Do you have a way that during the pandemic, have you had a way of connecting with friends, even though you've had to be mostly at home?
I call them the ones that have their numbers. I call them once in time, just to know how they're doing, and just chat for a while.
Mm-hmm. And were you happy to see other students when you went back to school in distance learning, when you could at least see them in your classroom?
I have some friends in my class.
Good. Some familiar faces in
Yes.
your fifth grade class. Yeah. So this is your last year at Herrera, right? Have you gone there since kindergarten? Great. And you probably have some favorite years since kindergarten. Do you have a favorite grade level that you remember?
Second grade.
Second grade. What did you like about it?
There wasn't really anything I liked about it. It's just it was more like we had more activities and there was more action.
Yeah, that's good. And it's interesting that you chose second grade, because second grade was one of my favorite years of elementary school. And even when I was an adult, even after college, I stayed in contact with my second grade teacher. She really was somebody who was special to me because of the way that she treated students in class, and she helped all of us to feel really proud of ourselves. And I'll never forget her. She's one of my favorite teachers. So we have that connection. All right, Capone, tell us about yourself.
So, hi, I'm Capone. I'm a ninth grader here at Renaissance. And what I really like about it, the first day I came for orientation, all the students that are the ASB students were so politeful, and they're more respecting than middle school kids.
And what made you choose Renaissance?
What made me choose Renaissance is the arts they have here.
Because what are you interested in?
I'm interested in their 3D arts and their music arts.
Great. Well, you're going to have lots and lots of opportunities. And did you, I'm sure you saw the video that the Renaissance team made that was in the theme of Hamilton.
Yes, I did.
Did you get to see that? That was super impressive, wasn't it? Yeah, a lot of excitement from that video. Well, we're here to talk about some work that you all have done in service to the community. And so I want to start just by acknowledging you have on a T-shirt and you have your masks on that say Cancer Fighters. And so together, can you tell a little bit about what is Cancer Fighters and give us a little bit of perspective on first what it is, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about why you decided to make Cancer Fighters.
Well, Cancer Fighters it's a group, and we make bracelets. We donate them. We don't only do bracelets. We do care packages. We do other stuff just to help the community. We do act of kindnesses around our neighborhood, and we just give out stuff just to let other people know that they can make a difference too, no matter how small they are.
And so tell a little bit, either of you or both of you, tell a little bit about how the idea came to be to start Cancer Fighters. What was happening and what were you thinking about and talking about that?
You want to answer it?
Did you have did you have an idea one day, or were you talking to your mom about something, or how did you get the idea?
Well, I had the idea because my grandma had died with pancreatic cancer, and my tia Cheryl is actually battling pancreatic cancer. She has stage 4 of pancreatic cancer, so I thought it'd be good to make a group, and we do stuff just to let other people know that people do care about them, and they could help them, wherever they are. They could just go out, wear a mask, have some gloves and everything during this pandemic, and just go out and help.
Mm-hmm. Great. Capone, do you want to add something to what Millie shared?
I joined Cancer Fighters because my uncle Art had died from colon cancer, and my auntie Cheryl, my auntie Mary had fought breast cancer, and my cousin had fought and survived leukemia cancer. So I wanted to join because since they fought it, I want to tell others and help others know they can fight it too. We're together on this.
That's powerful. Just taking a life experience in your family and deciding to help other people because of the experience that you've had. I've shared with you before we came on the podcast today that I'm a cancer survivor too. And I remember how scary that time was in my life and what a difference it made to have those around me to encourage me and to let me know that I'm not alone. Some people who had also already experienced cancer, but many of the people who I knew who hadn't, but they wanted to encourage me just like you're encouraging people. So you talked a little bit, Nell, you talked about bracelets. What are some other ways that I think you've raised some money for for cancer activities or for things that help people going through cancer. What are some other activities that you've done?
I think I said it before. We do care packages. We do donations on Christmas. We donated 100 and something presents for the kids in Miller's. We donated 94 Easter bags because that's when Easter got canceled because of the pandemic had just hit. So we did that. We also just been doing some stuff, donating, going around asking people if they need help. I think we did an event with Tito, and we just gave out some stuff for school supplies, and we just.
So can you think of a story either from delivering a care package or one of the activities you did where you got to interact with someone who is fighting cancer? Do either of you, have you had a direct interaction with someone who you've helped?
Well, in Miller's, we also have gave 90 bracelets. So there was in the playroom, we had actually went in. We gave there was only one kid, it was a little boy, he was fighting cancer, so we went in and gave him a bracelet. He was happy, and he had his sister there with him.
So, and did you talk to him?
We weren't able to.
You weren't able to talk to him?
We weren't able to stay in that long. We were just able to go donate real fast, but there was only one kid, so that was the only time we actually went in and had donated.
And was there a group of you from your Cancer Fighters group, or was it just a couple of you when you went to drop things off at Miller Children's? Do you remember a couple of you? What did it feel like to you when you left there? How did you feel?
I felt happy because I know that some people really don't care about it, and I don't think that's wrong because people do have their own opinions. So I know just because one person doesn't believe in helping or something doesn't mean that we don't. We could always go help and do something just to let other kids know that they have someone who cares, and people do care.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you're at a young age really thinking beyond yourself. I mean, that is very mature at your age to be thinking not just your family, but to be thinking about people beyond your immediate family. A lot of people at your age wouldn't be able to do that. So it's a very special quality you have, and it's something that's going to be important in your whole life, really. So Capone, tell a little bit about if you've had an experience through Cancer Fighters, either with the person or just developing what I call empathy for people that are going through cancer. Empathy is, you probably know what that is. That's when you put yourself in someone else's shoes or you listen really well to them to understand their experience, maybe an experience that you haven't had yet yourself, but you want to understand it from another person. Do you have an example?
I didn't join long as Nani's did, how she started it. I joined about 2 months ago. But we recently did a deliver for St. Mary's. And leaving there knowing that we left all the care packages there, it felt good walking out of the hospital knowing that people are nurses are and doctors are gonna get them. It's like that are helping kids with cancer and all that.
So you did care packages for essential workers, right?
Yeah.
What are some things that you put in them in the care
We put like
packages?
juices, like a goodie,
Bracelets.
and bracelets, and a couple other things.
And so I'll ask you the same question. How did it feel when you, after the drop off and you left there? What are some of the ways that you felt inside yourself because of that?
It felt like a blessing, like you're giving to them, like because they're giving a blessing to take care of us when we feel sick and something's wrong. They're risking their lives to help us. So it felt like we're giving them back to them back.
Do you mind if I add on?
Please, add on.
Well, we also had another event for Kleefstra syndrome to raise awareness, and my sister has Kleefstra syndrome. So on the 17th, she had a surgery. So on the 19th, we had just celebrated. We did a drive-by and gave out goodie bags. And another thing, we fed the whole entire St. Mary's, nurses, janitors, and everything.
Wow. That is very special. Do you want to tell for community awareness, do you want to tell a little bit about that syndrome? Do you know enough to share what it is?
Wow, my mom's been telling me stuff that she had her genes switched. So that's one reason why that she has it, and her disease is incurable.
And it's good to talk about things like that because that builds awareness from other people. And it's also a way of building empathy is to understand what other people are going through, whether it's an illness or something like that can't be cured. So thank you. Thanks for talking about that. What advice do you have? And you could do it from your different ages. So being in high school is different than being in elementary school. So maybe Capone, you start. When you think about being a high school student, what advice do you have for other students your age about getting involved in something beyond themselves?
My advice is that no matter the age, you still can help others. Like we're a big gap of grades, and when high schoolers think of, oh, I'm not gonna do that. Like I got other things. Like I'm gonna go do this or do that. I have stuff I do, but I don't believe in. I'm just gonna block that person out. I'm gonna help them and do my other things at the same time. And my advice is, no matter the big you are, no matter the small you are, is you can help each other out.
That's beautiful advice. I wonder if you'll start a cancer fighter chapter or club at Renaissance. Have you thought about that?
I haven't thought of it, but I would hope I do.
You might be able to extend this club, or maybe you'll think of a new idea and be a part of starting another club. I know there are a lot of clubs at Renaissance, lots of ways to get involved, both for things that are fun, but also for things that have an impact in the community. So great advice for peers your age. How about you? What advice do you have for students?
I know also that some fifth graders are like, I'm still young, let me go have some fun and all that, but trust me, other kids want to have fun too, but you could also have fun, you could also do work, and no matter how small you are, you can make a big difference in the world, so it really doesn't matter. And me, I don't get a recess in the morning, I don't do any of that, I go do bracelets, but that's the thing I don't really care about. I have my friends tell me, oh, let's go play. No, I think work is better than doing play. It's like when you grow up, you could have some fun too. There's no matter how big you are, you can always have fun.
And it sounds like that's great advice. And it sounds like you thought of a way to have some fun by making bracelets, but have it also make a difference for people too. And that's kind of an important life advice. Find something that you love and make a difference. So those things can go together. Even as adults, those things can go together. Yeah, that's really neat. Well, what other advice would you want to give to people, or what have I not asked you that you'd like to share about your experience as cancer fighters? There's something that it's really... let me ask you one other question. How do you think, or what, maybe what in your family or what part of school inspired you or helped you to think about being of service to other people? Like, are there lessons maybe that your mom or dad taught you, or that you had a teacher help you to think about? Might even be a book that you read, or do you think you just had it in you, inside of you, and you just decided you were going to help people?
I just had the idea to go help because some people really don't care about doing stuff like that. They just they see someone on the floor and they're just like, oh, whatever, they could get up themselves. Yeah, I know that some people could actually be hurt. Some people don't have friends. It doesn't matter. You could go up to them and say, oh, hi, and my name is, and then you could talk to them a little, be friends, and maybe that'll cheer someone up.
Mm-hmm. Spreading kindness wherever you go, right? Good for you. Capone?
Well, what pushed me more like to helping other people was my mom has a rheumatic arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis, and it pushes me more because there's other people out there that have the same disease as her and it's not curable. So I want them to know like we are going to be there here for them, and there's things that we can make their life happy instead of being all down.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. Well, there are a lot of people that are proud of you, both in your family, I'm certain, at your school, and I'm proud of you for being students in Long Beach Unified School District and for making a difference, not just for yourselves, but out in the community. That's what makes all of us proud. And I'm so glad. First of all, I'm glad to have my own bracelet. Something you can know about me, I'll show you. Every single day since I had cancer, I wear something on, usually it's on my wrist now. For a while I had some necklaces, but every day I have something on that's pink. This one happens to have a little breast cancer little symbol on it, but it reminds me about being strong. It reminds me about going through something that was hard. And so when things are hard now, even though right now I don't have cancer, sometimes I look down and I think, okay, be strong. So it's that reminder. And I now that I can add this bracelet to the things that I wear, it happens to have pink. So thank you for picking one with pink, because it will be part of my collection. And it will remind me of you all too and the work that you do. So thanks for taking the time to talk to me today. I'm proud of you.